Hello, my cozy chair friends. Linnea here and Jax with Linnea's Cozy Crafts. How's it going? Happy Tuesday and welcome to my channel. I'm so glad y'all are here. How is it going today? It's going pretty good here so far. I want to talk to you about what I accomplished yesterday. I'm so excited. So some of you who've been here for a while know that I use our shop. We live in a 29-foot travel trailer year round, and we do that for a few reasons. Well, one is mostly because the cost, and we don't need to have a whole lot of room. That being said, a regular travel trailer pull behind compared to a fifth wheel that we used to live in, there's a lot of difference in the storage area and space. So, and since we live in an RV park, we do have a bathhouse and laundry, and so we do our showers in the bathhouse. There's a men's and a women's. Okay, that being said, what does the shower stall in our home get used for? Storage. And it was a nightmare. I should have taken a before picture. I did not, but I want to show you some of the yarn that came out of it yesterday. And there are 30 skeins. And these are all going to be donated to Goodwill. The reason is shipping is getting ridiculously expensive. And I'm saving the money for my bigger giveaways because I like to give a lot in my large giveaways. So, pardon me while I grab my phone charger again, the right one. Okay, so I started at 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon, and I was still working on it when hubby got home at 4:03 in the afternoon, so that's 3 hours. Let's just call it 3 hours, shall we? But I feel so much better. I'm not done yet, but I did do all the purging, sorting, purging, and somewhat organizing of it. I did put what is not going to Goodwill, I did put back into the shower stall, but it is so much more manageable, and I'm just ecstatic. So next attack is to finish that up. I'm not going to do that until I'm back with Ari from the vet getting her shots today, but that will be finished today. So I'm excited about that. In other news, I am on the band of the secret cowl that I'm testing for Rachie Knits, and I've only got 7 more rounds to go until I bind off, so I'm excited about that. And then I'm going to start on the hat that I've got to test knit for her. I didn't get any cross stitching done yesterday, just because I want my full attention on the project because it's being stitched on linen, and I've never done linen cross stitch before, cross stitching on linen before. So, but that's okay. And I also did the dishes too, which there wasn't a whole lot, but I did them so hubby didn't have to. Let's see what else. I have not been to pick up the mail. Oh, I did come across this in the shower, and you know that this I think was a mattress pad. I think this is what our heated mattress pad came in, I think. It's too big for a sheet set. Anyway, this is going to be the new home for my Lori Nilkin kits, because I'll show you that in a minute if I can get up here without dropping it. It is stuffed to the gills, and that's just too much. Plus I got that new one too of the Lola's Choice through hers. So those are all going to be moved over to this. and that will be organized. Okay. I wanted to talk a little bit today about hand-dyed yarn and what goes into it. I'm not going to go into detail about like how it's made, because I'm not in the know really on that part, but I want to talk about ordering. When you order hand-dyed yarn, first of all, the thing you must be most aware of is it available right now? Is it in the person's shop and they're going to grab it and ship it to you? Or is it on a made to order, which can take 2 up to 4 weeks for it to be ready? And that all depends on the backlog that the hand dyer has at the time that you place the order. So one thing to remember is, well, those two things are very important to know. If it's a made to order, like I said, it can take up to 2 to 4 weeks before it ships. If it's an already made off the shelf, well, there you go. And typically indie dyers tend to ship out once, maybe twice weekly, just because they've got so many orders and they want to do it all in one fell swoop. So that's understandable, right? And it makes sense to me. I ship out 1 day a week. I just don't do it other than that. I gather everything up and away we go. Okay. The other thing about hand dyed is if it is the made to order, like I said, it can be 2 to 4 weeks, and then you've got the shipping time on top of it. So if it gets to like the 6-week mark and you haven't heard anything, I would contact the indie dyer and say, hey, just curious, where are we on my order? And they're typically very good about getting back to you. Allow 24 to 48 hours though, because they're busy. They're busy in a different way than we're busy making things, right? So let's see, what else was there? Connie of Just Another Stitch and I were discussing this a while back, and I said, ooh, I should do a video on that and explain. Now I can't remember all the points that I wanted to make. Oh, and if it's an overseas indie dyer, add extra time because of the whole shipping overseas, right? From across the pond to the States. Or if you're across the pond and it's shipping from the States, same thing. Once that leaves the indie dyer's hands physically into the United States Postal Service, they have no control over it, okay? So make sure you always get tracking on it, especially if you're ordering out of country. That's very important, because that way you can track it at least while it's in the States, and then you can check, like, say, a week later and see where it is if you haven't received it yet. That's very helpful as well, because when it's in between the States and across the pond, or vice versa, there is no information on the tracking, just that it has left the country of origin. You gotta wait and be patient. How do I know this? Because I've done it. And I've seen lots of comments and posts on Ravelry about things, and people have been educated pretty well, actually, and in a kind way, so that's always good too. I cannot remember the other points I want to make, but that gives you a little snippet. How's that? So today I take Ari to the vet, and I get her shots. She needs 3 of them, and then her Bordetella, her DTTP, and her rabies shot. And then tomorrow I get to take this one right here, for his in the afternoon. So other than Ari today, I'm going to be straightening. I'm going to be knitting this morning. See if I can get it maybe finished and at least bound off before I leave. Maybe. I don't know. It's 8:03. That's possible. If not, it'll be just a little bit left. When I get back home, I'm going to finish the shower shower slash storage. And after that, I think I will have deserved a bit of a rest. Ah! Oh, my brother's here. I shall see you all later. Love you all. Mwah! Ciao for now. Remember, I hope you find your happy. I hope you find your joy. Remember, the joy of the Lord is our strength. Mwah. Yes, come in.